another little life lesson for you guys, something that I have been feeling quite aware of lately, and that is worthy opponent. I first heard this from Tony Robbins when we did Date with Destiny, and I kind of got it, but I kind of didn't get it. So I understood when he was talking about how there's some people who just manage to trigger you. So there's people in your life that they tend to be the ones that can really rev up the emotion inside you, and you feel quite reactive with the things that they say or do. And when he first explained that that's a good thing, it means they're a worthy opponent, I reflected on that and thought of the people in my life who do manage to trigger my emotions, and thought that's true, because they are the sort of people that can manage to get that reaction from me. It means we're level pegging. So the only way to move past that is to step up, not let that trigger create a reaction, just allow myself to observe it and honor them for the way that they are presenting themselves, because it's given me an opportunity to grow. So I got the concept when he first shared it, and have reflected on it in moments of feeling quite triggered by people. But it really resonated with me just recently with one of my children. I'm not going to say their name. He does tend to trigger me quite frequently. He has a completely different outlook on life to me, and that's something that I have to remind myself to honor about him. It's not that I naturally go, oh yeah, that's great. I have to remind myself when I'm getting frustrated at he's a bit of a doom and gloom. I'll give you an example. One of the other kids was talking about the career they wanted, and it's a beautiful, exciting career that does require you to really have your A game intact. And my triggered child, my worthy opponent, said, you're aiming too high, aim lower. So you can imagine, Miss Inspo Health Space having a child that says things like that. It is something that is a struggle for me, but I do need to remind myself that's okay. He's here to show me that there are different perspectives. There's different ways of looking at things, and I don't necessarily need to come into this relationship thinking, well, I need to teach you. I think this is the biggest thing when we have that worthy opponent, someone who triggers us. We always feel the need to get them to change, to step up to us. You've got a bad attitude, or you shouldn't be doing that, or whatever it might be. We always seem to think that we're the teacher in the situation, but I've really come to learn that I'm the student in this relationship that I have. I definitely don't want to change my mindset. I like aiming for the stars, and I love that, a couple of my other children are very much in that mindset as well. So it's not necessarily that I believe that I need to take on board his attitudes. I absolutely don't. But I feel like the student in this scenario, because he teaches me so much about myself, how many judgments I have on people who don't have that gumption, that don't step up outside of their comfort zone. He helps me to release those judgments and realize that that's shame on me for having that attitude, because that makes you know better, that I'm not always the teacher, that sometimes I do need to sit down and just listen and not think that I have everyone's answer. So I believe that when you meet someone, or you have someone currently in your life and they are a worthy opponent, and it's someone like your child who you can't just not have in your life, and someone, a relative, a friend that you love dearly, but they manage to rile up your emotions, just step back and have a little think about, are you trying to be the one to teach and to change, or are you allowing those emotions, those triggers, those responses to teach you something about yourself? And are you catching yourself judging them? That's the big part of this, is releasing judgment and just loving people for who they are, no expectations whatsoever. That's my little life lesson for today, is honor your worthy opponents. They are the best thing in your life for you to grow.